gets here. How are we doing this morning? Aether's with us. Hello, hello. I want to know when everyone gets here where you're from and how everyone is doing this Sunday morning. I don't know where my coffee went. That's okay. Hello, hello. So, how are we doing this morning? Hello. Waiting. Hi, Ethan. What's up, bub? Hello. Well, yeah, it is afternoon. You're right. How are we doing this afternoon? My bad. Afternoon. It's still morning to me. It still feels like morning, I'll be honest. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. I want to know how everyone's New Year's went. Hello. How's everyone's New Year's? How did your holidays go? Ooh. Hello. Aw. Kobe is your dragon's name? That's so sweet. Oh, your New Year's was good. That's awesome. Oh, more people are coming. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing this afternoon? I want to hear about your New Year's. So, Aries Exotics, what did you do on New Year's? Or you don't actually have to say. That's okay. You don't have to say for the chat. Oh, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? How is everyone's New Year's? Found this random necklace on the floor. Thank you for your videos. I feel like everything my daughter and I set up for her dragon is wrong. Oh, why do you say that? You can always ask me about setup. What are some questions you have about it? Oh, good. How are you? I just got a bearded dragon and his name is Louise. V for Louis Vuitton. Oh, Louis. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you for your videos. Oh, hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? How's your holidays? How's the Happy New Year going? Can we see him? Ether is sitting right here, still getting warm. He doesn't really like to be held or touched really until at least like 2 p.m. So I normally don't mess with him until at least 2 p.m. He doesn't like to be held like Nyx does, which is down below. She's chilling right now. Oh, that's so awesome, Asian Potato. Well, I'm very happy you made this live. Hello, Chloe. So glad I found your channel. I just got a baby beardy and you have helped me so much. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I've been considering getting a baby dragon, but I don't know. Why not, right? Oh, thanks so much, Mike. He says, I have amazing hair. Thank you so much. Deviant Art, you won the 30K giveaway. That's awesome. Contact me on Instagram. I think that's Deviant for Life. I thought that said Deviant Art at first. I don't know why. Hello. I love your channel so much. Thanks so much, Elise. Hi, my beardy is starting to brumate. Any tips? I actually have videos on brumation for before going into brumation and after brumation. If you just go to my channel and type in brumation in the little search bar on my actual channel, you'll be able to find those videos. Oh, Aether, what are you doing, bub? He likes to try to get right here sometimes. I don't know why. Hello, hi from the UK. Oh, that's awesome, Hannah. Where's everyone else from? Can you say hi, Locke, for my lizard? Well, hello, Locke. How are you doing? Hey, hello, Cooper. Hello, Catherine. My bearded dragon is always hiding. What should I do? Well, what are the temps? That's the question. So if it's too hot Or if they're starting to brumate, then sometimes they will start hiding. Usually they should be either basking or, a little active. Not all dragons are super active, but if you have a tube light UVB, they're going to be more active than if you have a coil bulb. So there's some tips there too. Hi, I have a bearded dragon too, and last night he was jumpy. He wasn't very jumpy the other days. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure what the question is. I guess I would say they're fine. If you have a concern, I would definitely go see a vet for sure. We are so new to this, and I think I bought everything PetSmart told me to. Girl, I bought food and water for the crickets. Yeah, you do actually have to gut load your crickets. You need to feed them part of the like all of the bugs, not just crickets. But you need to feed them part of the salad that you give your dragons. You need to gut load them as well, and you need to also give them either water crystals or maybe you can get like a wet sponge. I do water crystals because they just eat it. You don't have to worry about bacteria with the sponge and all of that. I just use the water crystals, and those are super cheap to get. I have a video on how I do it opposed to pet stores as well because they would charge you out the butt for like $5 for a cup of crystals when you can pay like $12 for something that's going to last you like 2 years. So that's the video on how to save money, and I think it's just called How to Save. And then I show you like how to use it and what I use and everything like that. Pretty sure it's over there somewhere. I don't want to go searching for it though. That's an interesting comment. How can I, let me see, passing that. All right, here's one. How can I tell when to clip my bearded dragon's nails if they're clear? So for that one, it's harder to tell if they do have clear nails. What you can use is a nail clipper that I use, and it's actually like the link to that is in the video I did on how to clip your dragon's nails. And it has, instead of just a regular like scissor thing, it has like a little cup for the nails. It's meant for cutting dog, cat, small animal nails, and it like stops at the quick. So you want the small animal one, which is the one that I use for these guys. It's the same one I've been using for years actually, and it stops at the quick, so you don't have to really worry about that as much. But if you are worried about it, usually the end of that nail is very thin, and so you just want to take off the very, very end. You don't want to take anything else, and if you are concerned about this and you don't want to touch their nails at all, then just get tile. Get tile. Aether, what are you doing, bub? Welcome to being a lizard parent. Prime example. If you don't have one yet, you're gonna have weird days like this. What was I saying? Oh, get tile, because that naturally files their nails down, and you don't have to worry about, messing with their nails or anything like that. Especially if you have someone that climbs a lot, like he does, you're not really gonna have to worry about cutting nails. Hi, I just rescued a bearded dragon. He is in bad shape. He has MBD and just got him a tube light, which is for UVB. Okay, so if they haven't seen a vet, I would definitely get them to a vet, because then they can judge the severity through x-rays and all of that, which is very important to know. Then I would also recommend giving like liquid calcium once or twice a month, not in the same week, but like once or twice a month for them, along with the powdered calcium, because liquid calcium actually, you get more of a dose, because you know how powdered calcium, they're not getting all of it. With the liquid calcium, they are getting all of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I would just definitely see a vet for that one. I have a video on MBD as well, but I am not a vet. I can just tell you certain causes of it. I can tell you how to kind of care for it and try to rehabilitate. With Nixie, what I did with her is I had to readjust her diet, get her more calcium in her diet, do the liquid calcium, do stretches and stuff like that with her legs, just to like help the mobility. This is something that I wouldn't mess with too much, because if they don't have any mobility in their legs, I would not suggest trying to mess with it. But again, I would just highly suggest going to a vet, because I'm just an experienced owner when it comes down to it. I am not a vet. And I will say that over and over and over again. Okay. Hi from New York. Well, hello, Michelle. Hi, love your videos. Thanks so much for supporting. Hi, my beardie's name is Ziggy. Is starting to brewmate. All right. We named our bearded dragon Hagrid. That's so awesome, Sophie. I love it. Come on. Hi, I'm a big fan, but why does my... Huh? Hi, I am a big fan, but why does my baby bearded dragon... Okay, that wasn't a finished question. My bearded... Let me see. Let me see. So many questions. Hi, I'm a big fan, but why do... See, I'm reading the same things. Hold on, let me go down. Ah! Okay. How do I know if my bearded dragon is a boy or a girl? So I actually have a video as well on how to sex your dragon. You can type that in if you go to my channel and click on it. So a male has 2 bumps at the bottom of their tail, and not the bottom, like here's the tip of the tail and here's near where the butt is. Like right above the butt area is where you're going to see bumps. You have to lift the tail. They have to be old, like they have to be at least like a year to 2 years old. Generally, you're not really going to see it until 2 years old, which is when they are fully matured. So that way you can tell. So 2 lumps is a male, 1 lump is a female. How are you doing, Ethan? 1 lump is a female. He just wants to say hi. And the one thing that I didn't list in this video though was the flashlight test. So if you take the dragon and you put a flashlight at the base of their tail by lifting it up, so the flashlight would be at the back and you'd put it through. So you're trying to see like through it, and that way you can see the bumps as well. So you're active now, huh? He is never this active. I swear it's because I'm sitting in front of the tank. How you doing, Bubs? Do you want to, like, maybe get out of the... Okay, we're just going to keep trying. There you go. That's a smart boy. Okay. 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 No, don't eat my nails. That's not nice. All right, we have an 8 there. We have an 8 there. All right. How can I get my bearded dragon to like me? So really, there isn't... Bearded dragons and some smaller reptiles, with their brain capacity, they're going to like you as long as you care for them, care for them properly. But a way to get a bond is by making sure that you feed them, show them that you are a food giver, because generally where their food is coming from, they're going to be nice to. They're going to see you as not a threat and something that is safe, and it's where their food comes from, so it's an incentive to be nice. He's a lot calmer than he used to be, so a lot of repetition as well. So with handling specifically, he still doesn't really like to be handled all that much, even to this day. But he's a lot calmer than he used to be. So repetition with handling, and repetition with being in the same room as them, holding them, having them out during the same times of days, or at least during the same amount of time. Making sure you feed them consistently, which you should do anyways. Care for them properly. And then they will get used to you. Some dragons just don't like being held like other ones do. Like I said, doesn't like to be held. Nyx loves to be held. She's beneath this section right here. And you're just gonna have that. I don't know if he will ever really love to be held. You see how he's kind of sitting awkwardly? I don't know if he'll ever really like to be held, but he's doing good. He's doing good for now. I'm waiting for him to start freaking out. All right, more questions. All right. How are you this smart on, and how many dragons do you have? Lots of experience, and right now I have 2 dragons. I had a bearded dragon. Okay, that's the same comment. Let's see. Mm, uh, uh, uh. There we go. Ah, nice. Okay, so let's see. Her temps are 105. I've had 2 beardies die. I don't want to make a mistake. So you said her temps are 105. The temps should be like on the hot side, anywhere from 100 to 110. So, what is like when you're measuring the temps? Are you using a temp gauge? Are you using a temp gun? What are you using? Because that also determines like how like what the temp is. For me, I have temp gauges, yes, but I also have a temp gun, which is what I'm basing those temperatures on because the temp that's up here where the light is hitting is going to be different than the temp that's down here. So this base spot right here, or even up here where he normally basks, is anywhere from, like up here is normally 110, down here is usually 105, down here is like, I don't know, 95. Get closer to over here, it goes to 80. So you need to have different temperature gradients. Because think about it. Do you want to be hot all the time? Do you want to be cold all the time? Neither do they. So like they need to have different temperatures for what they're feeling. Hey, bub. I'm looking around. Get you on my little knee there. All right. Let's see. Going down. I have a bearded dragon and she is a year old. She is still small. Do I need to worry? No. I mean, dragons, there's something called a Rankin's dragon as well, which sometimes is sold as like a regular bearded dragon, but they don't get bigger than like the size of your hand. Um, so that could be a possibility, and a lot of people get confused with that. So could be that, or it could be stunted growth. Um, from not necessarily proper care or from care that was given before you. I really can't say without being there, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have any information other than they're small. Um, how do I know if my bearded dragon is a boy or a girl? I have a video on how to sex them up on my channel. If you go into the search bar and type how to sex your dragon, you can find that video. And I cover a bunch of different ways. Let's see. Why does your bearded dragon glass surf? I have many different videos, or not many different videos. Oh, I have a video on this as well. Why are they glass surfing? Or why do bearded dragons glass surf? I think that's the name of the video. He was glass surfing because he saw me out here and wanted more food. Because it is also buggy feeding day. So, and also when I'm out here and generally in front of the tank, they tend to get very active and want to come out because generally when I'm in here, I'm either in here to feed them or take them out. It's one of the two. Let's see. Ooh, scrolling down. Okay. Are collard greens a good green? Yes, collard greens are actually one of the main things that I feed these guys. That's one of their main staples, actually. And if you're curious about any other foods to feed, I also have a feeding list video up on my channel from like everything from bugs, greens, veggies, fruits, all of it. A huge list of everything. Do you feed hornworms? Yes, I do. These again are a treat, not a staple. They are great for hydration though, and they're also good for rescues that are like very dehydrated because it's very soft, it's easy to digest. It's not nutritious, but it is filled with water and it gets them the hydration that they need. Is arugula a good food to feed your beardy? Arugula is good in kind of, arugula, I wouldn't say is a staple. I would say it's something that you can feed occasionally, simply because it has such high salt content. And I didn't realize this until I had a Uromastyx, and Uromastyx are spiny-tailed lizards that have this ability to, what they do is they shoot out the excess salt from their diets through their nose. And after I fed arugula, there was so much salt around her nose. And so I realized that there was high salt content in there. And think about what that does to them if you feed that all the time. It's going to suck up the moisture. So you want to feed that in, like you want to feed it sparingly. But it is a good thing to feed occasionally. It does have good nutritional value. It's just very high in salt. Is lettuce a good green? No, I do not stand by feeding lettuce to them. You want dark leafy greens. What food is poisonous for them? I actually have a whole video on all the things you should not feed. Poisonous though, right off the bat, you shouldn't feed any wild caught bugs regardless, but you don't want to feed, the lightning bugs or fireflies or whatever you want to call them, any glowing bugs. Very poisonous to them and they will die. Not a good thing. Just don't do it. Citrus is not very good for them either. I need some water. Citrus is not good for them either. Woo! And a lot of other things. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy I caught that. Can we just get a heck yeah for that? Oh my goodness. For a minute there, I saw my screen breaking. I just saw a slow lapse of like my screen breaking. I'm so happy it didn't. Okay, so poisonous things. You don't want to feed lightning bugs. You don't want to feed any wild caught bugs. You don't want to feed calcium binders, which isn't poisonous. We don't want to feed calcium binders again, which is covered in this video. You don't want to feed citrus. There's many debates about what else is poisonous. You don't want to feed onions either, like any type of, scallions, onions, like any type of thing in the onion family. Smells like onions, tastes like, don't feed it. Everything is covered in that video. There's some other things that are debatable. I don't really like to cover things that are like debatable, you know what I'm saying, for feeding. But I think I mentioned a few of them in the video, if that makes sense. I'm from South Africa. That's so awesome. My dragon's name is Zeus and is 6 and he is still shedding. How many sheds does a dragon go through? That is a very impossible question to answer. I have no idea how many sheds a dragon goes through. Dragons shed the entirety of their life. That's all you need to know. They shed their full body usually as a baby, and as soon as they're full grown, they start shedding bits and pieces at a time. How often can bearded dragon eat BSFL? I need to know. I ordered some. BSFL, which is also known as black soldier fly larva, is, and also phoenix worms, nutrigrub. There's so many different names for it. All the different names just come from marketing and branding and people just trying to make money off the same thing. That's literally where the names come from. But scientifically, black soldier fly larva. So these you can feed as a staple. You can feed them every day if you want. They are high in calcium. You don't need to put any powder on them or anything like that. You can feed these every day. I don't feed them every day, especially since I have adult dragons. You shouldn't be feeding adult dragons bugs every day to begin with. That's only for juveniles. So for juveniles, they can eat black soldier fly larva every single day. For an adult dragon, they can eat it 2 to 3 times a week. Thanks, guys. I'm so happy y'all saw the catch. I'm happy you saw the catch. Very proud. All right, let me get down here And I'm going to say right now that in about 5 minutes I am going to head out because it'll be the 30-minute mark. I got to get on with my day. And I'm also pretty sure that, yep, I'm pretty sure I have a poo waiting for me in Nix's tank. Yes, I do. A nice ripe one because I smell it. Oh, it does not smell lovely. Why is mine not growing? So your bearded dragon can be not growing for many different reasons. Usually it's because of stunted growth or because they're done growing. Like I said, there's some dragons, like a Rankin's dragon, for example, that is very small. They do not get bigger than the size of your hand. And then there are like reasons like Nyx, for example, she has some stunted growth. He has stunted growth for a male. Like this is a boy, and he is small for a boy. He is definitely small for a boy. And he has stunted growth because he wasn't cared for properly. He just was not cared for properly. He was on blue sand. He was dyed blue. There was blue everywhere. He had blue, like he was pooping blue. Just lots of not good care. He didn't have a tube light. Wasn't getting just all sorts of not proper care. So stunted growth for him could be the same for you. I don't know. I'm not there. But there are many different reasons. If you are concerned, I would definitely go see a vet for that. Let me see. My dragon Gust doesn't like to eat. I try different foods and bugs and feeding methods by hand, playing with the food, but I can't get him to eat hardly anything. Do you have any feeding tricks? So have you... okay, so you said you tried different foods. So really the question is, when was the last time they've eaten? Also, have you been to a vet to make sure they're not sick? Are your temps correct as well? These are all reasons why they might not eat. I actually have a video on that as well, if I'm not mistaken, on all reasons why they're not eating. Actually, I'm pretty positive I do. There's a whole video on this topic on my channel if you go to the search bar. There's just too many reasons why that could be a thing. But if you really are concerned, I would go see a vet immediately because, yes, they can go a while without food, but nothing can survive forever without food. So that's something you want to figure out. All right. Let me see if we can squeeze another 1 or 2 questions. My beardie is done shedding but isn't eating. So are they brumating? Are they starting to hide a lot? Are they not basking as much? If that's the case, they could be starting to brumate. If not, then they could be ill. Or it could just be that they still feel agitated from the shedding, but that one isn't as likely because I can't say I've had that issue, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just not likely for that one. Yeah. You can contact me on Snapchat or Instagram with actual pictures and like more information so I can try to help. Let me see. Do you know why my bearded dragon hasn't shed in a month? He gets sprayed 3 times a day. Can you help with this? Or I don't know why you said or. So you don't need to spray them 3 times a day. I don't spray my dragons 3 times a day. The only time I will ever spray my dragons is if they are shedding, as you should. Or you don't have to spray them at all while they're shedding. I just do it a little bit to help it along. Unless it's humid, then I don't touch them because I do live in a very humid area. But yeah, you shouldn't be spraying them 3 times a day. That's actually a little too much. But when it comes to shedding, my dragons don't shed every month. If they aren't a juvenile, what you're probably thinking of is you have a dragon that it went from a juvenile and now they're in their adult stage and they have stopped shedding as much. Juveniles shed their whole body and shed consistently because they're growing. Adults don't do that because they're not growing. They will shed though, so they're going to shed every couple months. And they're not going to shed their whole body at once. They're going to shed bits and pieces. Like he shed a little piece of his head last time, and then maybe a part of his foot. He might shed like one big piece on his back. He might shed his tummy all at once, and then maybe some other section. There's no perfect or right way. It's just that they aren't going to shed every month or every week when they're an adult dragon. Alrighty, you guys. So I am going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us. We loved having you. And I am going to be filming a video right after I leave this live that will be uploaded on Saturday. I think I'm going to do another live this Wednesday as well. So you will see me in another live before you see the actual video. But the next video is on bearded dragons and misconceptions of care. Even some of the things y'all are confused about when it comes to my videos on my channel. So lots of frequently asked questions and things that people are confused about in the dragon world when it comes to care. So I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Mwah.